Hi, I'm David D, the official voice of the best thriller books. I'm here to introduce the next episode of The Five Angry Men. Today, they discuss what thriller character either looks like or makes them think of each member of the panel. I'm often told I remind people of a cross between Mitch Rapp and James Reese. Anyway, here are the boys.
Welcome to another episode of Five Angry Men. I'm Steve, and with me, as always, are Stu, Derek, Todd, and Chris. And today we've got an interesting topic to discuss. We are going to talk about what thriller character we either think looks like or reminds us of each one of us. So we're going to go around the room and talk about, again, these characters, and then decide which is the winner. So let's just dive in, and so you can see exactly what we're talking about. So I would like to start with Derek. So I'm going to ask the rest of you, who do you think Derek looks like in the Thrillerverse or reminds you of in the Thrillerverse? So Todd, I'm going to start with you.
All right. I'm immediately going to go with Cotton Malone because he's old and he loves his books, but he's not very tech savvy. So,
I'm tech savvy. You guys just think all right, whatever.
Sure, yeah. But you know what? Cotton Malone, smart, technically inept.
Chris.
Scott Coleman after he got his tail beat by Azeroth in Order to Kill.
That's who you're going to go with for that one.
Oh my God. Thanks, Miller.
Like, you used to be good, but you're just a little wore out right now.
All right, Stu.
This is one of my few ones that's, I think, a compliment. I went with Stan Hurley. I feel like Derek has some Stan Hurley-esque qualities to him. In the early books too, not the end.
Not just the old one.
Yeah, who's dying of cancer. Yeah.
But still kicking ass. Hey, spoiler alert.
So Stu, we're on the same page. I picked Hurley because he shuns technology. And he doesn't know how to use a cell phone. He probably would say Wi-Fi. What the hell is that? So old man flip phone and Stan Hurley are peas in a pod.
I can get behind that. I think I'll vote Hurley as the correct answer.
All right, man. So Steve, you get the pick.
We're going with it. So Derek is Stan Hurley, not because of the badassery, but because he's old and crusty. So let's do Stu next. So Derek, since we just had fun at your expense, why don't you kick us off?
Well, since Stu is like the computer genius, I'm not going to say the one you think. Marcus Drummond, isn't that from Mitch Rapp? Isn't he the computer genius that Mitch uses to do all his hacking? That's who Stu.
Marcus Dumond.
Marcus Dumond.
I'll take it.
Dumond.
All right.
That's it.
Todd.
So I was going to go with John Corey, but another sarcastic individual who is just pretty much deadpan, but cuts right to the bone with their statements. John Quick from Bentley, the Logan West series. Quick is just got a mouth on him, and it comes just out of nowhere. So that's who Stu reminds me of when he calls people picky pricks and whatnot.
Well played. All right, Chris, what do you think?
Well, I'll be honest with you. Matt Bentley was my choice here too, except it was Logan West.
You went with Logan,
because he's always Johnny on the spot with a quip, a one-liner, and you're sarcastic, and I love it. I wouldn't change it for a thing.
All right. Well, I went more with Derek on the tech side, and I went with Gavin Beery from the Jack Ryan Jr. series, who's their go-to on the campus for all things tech. Plus, I just can picture Stu sitting late at night with Cheetos and Mountain Dew, just playing
Red Bull.
Just Cheeto fingerprints everywhere.
That's right. Yeah. So it just fit. It just
fit. Can I tell you which one I thought everyone was going to say? I thought it was going to be Nicholas the Troll from Brad Thor's books.
That was I considered that
on the list.
I didn't even consider it.
About it.
It's a kinder, gentler Five Angry Men.
Yeah. I thought somebody else was going to bring that heat at you. So
I almost chose it, but I was like, no.
All right. So who are we going with for Stu?
I mean, It's
Derek,
how
that's
about,
your call. Derek,
Yeah.
you make the call on that one.
I say Marcus.
all right,
All
All
right.
Cheetos it is.
Sticking with it. All right, cool.
Yeah.
All right, let's see. Chris is up next.
Oh, man.
So Stu, who's Chris remind you of?
This is the one I struggle with the most because Chris has like a military background and is tall, and I don't know, seems like he would fit the specs of more of a character from these books. But I went with Pierce Hunt from Simon Gervais's series. I don't know why, but that's what I went with.
He likes boats. Nobody has more boats in
Yeah.
their series than
Right.
Simon.
Good.
All right,
Yeah.
Todd, what do you have for the
I got this. I mean, instantly as soon as you asked this question, Joe Kowalski from James Rollins, because Miller is gigantic. Maybe not the sharpest tool on the team, but brings just messing with you. But brings unique skills in his ability to manipulate fire, whether for smoking barbecue or blowing up stuff. I can think of no one who I would trust on this group more to blow up stuff than you, buddy. So
that
Joe
means a
Kowalski.
lot.
Yeah.
All right, Derek, what do you think?
Well, one name that was mentioned already is John Quick, because Chris has got that sarcastic, smart ass kind of thing. But I think the one I want to go with is Admiral Sandecker from the Dirk Pitt series, because he's got red hair. He's a Navy guy. Chris just had a cigar in his hand. He was sucking on it. And I'm like, that's Admiral Sandecker. But if you combine them, that's who you get. So I can see that.
All right.
All right.
So I had a couple. I was going to say Dewey Andreas because of the size, but that seemed too nice.
Right.
So not that this one's that much worse, but I picture Knuckles from the Pike Logan series. Just a blunt force object, knuckle dragger, door kicker, who's big and just gets stuff done. That's Chris. That's Chris.
I like that.
All right.
I like that.
Yep.
The best part is Chris is probably smarter than all of us. So,
I might look like an idiot. Doesn't mean I am.
Exactly.
All right.
That's tough.
Knuckles sounds
All right.
like it might be a winner on that one. So we'll.
I can get behind Knuckles. I can get behind that.
All right. So let's see, Todd. I think you're on the hot seat next. So
Bring it.
Chris. Who's Todd look like?
Todd, I don't know. So I didn't say he looks like him, but his South Florida locale with a south of the border family, I went with Pierce Hunt. That's what I shot for, and he hates football. And
Who hates? I don't hate football. Soccer is just better.
Yeah, you just like
I
like the
that.
team that
I like
wins.
that.
Like I think Pierce Hunt.
I mean, you know,
Todd,
they
shut
win-
up. It's not about you. Stu, you're up next.
So my first thought was Stan Hurley, not because he looks like him, but because Stan Hurley trained Mitch Rapp and was it Victor, two crazy killers, and I feel like that's what Todd's doing with his children. But instead, I'm going with Stu Garrett from early on in the Mitch Rapp series, who's the chief of staff that Mitch Rapp murders. Just kind of tall, kind of wiry. I don't know why, but
kind of an elitist prick. All right.
I like that one too. Derek, what do you got?
I got Todd as Evan Smoke because he's not huge of stature. He's got a face that fits in. He can just blend in.
You mean he's got a forgettable face?
He could look like he's in high school, like undercover, whatever, so I picked Orphan X.
Damn, Derek, I liked you.
All right. Sorry. So mine, I'm going to cheat a little bit because it reminds me of a character on a television series from a thriller. So I talked about Bosch in a different episode. He reminds me of Crate and Barrel from the Bosch series. The tall detective who's kind of like,
wow.
Sort of lazy, just trying to ride into retirement, and just fly under the radar.
You're not wrong.
Ooh, that's a good one.
But with that being said, I don't know. I think I like Stu's. I think Todd's got a murderable face, right? Go with that one. All right. It's my turn. All right. What do you guys think? Chris, I'll start with you. Who do I remind you of?
Peter Ash.
Damn, son of a.
You're outdoorsy. Last year you got lost outdoors for a couple of months, and I heard you're going to do it again. And who better to live in a tree than Peter Ash?
All right. Todd?
Same. You're antisocial.
Wow.
Long haired, a little grimy,
Little grimy.
That was instant. It was instant. There was no other decision for me. I was like, yeah, that's it. Peter Ash.
All right. Derek?
I picked Painter Crow from the Sigma novels. He's got the long hair, part Indian. So out in the woods, that's you.
Wait, I'm part Indian?
No, but I'm saying you're out in the woods.
You are now.
You are now.
All right, cool. Who needs 23andMe when you got old man flip phone?
Right?
We checked his prescription lately.
Hurry up, it's time for my milk and I got to go to bed.
All right, Stu, help us out.
I flip-flop between two. My second pick was Dr. Lewis from who's Mitch Rapp's shrink. And I don't know, I picture Steve just sitting in a chair judging operators. And then
with a pipe.
The one I really like the Peter Ash, but I went with a different direction. I went with June Cassidy, who is the lady that Peter Ash finds in the trees and burning bright with the long hair. And she's like living out in the trees for like months on end. And just with the long hair and the outdoors part, I think Nick Petrie just needs to cast Steve for his next book.
Hey, I'm going to do a one-man show of Nick Petrie. I'll play both Peter Ash and June Cassidy. Let's do it. Nick, give me a call, man. I'm available. Awesome. Well, thanks, guys. That was fun and not as soul-sucking as I expected it to be. I think, maybe a little bit nicer with each other than I expected, but good stuff. But yeah, any last comments before we wrap it up?
Nope.
All right. All right, guys.
Next
Thanks
time we
for
won't be
joining
as
us
nice.
for another 5 Angry Men. We'll catch you next time.